Why are there so many songs about rainbows, and why are some freaked out by them? How could somebody be freaked out by a basic light image? Yet the Florida governor seems so bothered by this that he is banning cities from using rainbow light displays during Pride during the summertime. Sounds like something that a nasty, vicious, unsensitive person would do. So let's talk about it. Hi, everybody, it's Dr. David. So, as many of you know, I am one who supports freedom for people, no matter who they are, no matter what they do, whatever they think, as long as it's not bothering, or I should say, really hurting, damaging somebody else. Now, that's true regardless of whatever a person's color, background, religion, culture, their experiences, sexual orientation, gender expression, and healthcare choices. And that's something that I've been a strong supporter of for as long as I have been a doctor, really throughout my entire adult life. Now, 30 years ago, I actually did write a song called Double Rainbow. It had nothing to do with Pride. Pride actually wasn't really a known thing at that point, at least not to many people. But it was something that I actually had discovered driving down Alligator Alley through the Everglades in Florida, and it just came to me. Now, as I said, although it's not about Pride, it is something that a lot of people have taken inspiration from. It's something that I take a lot of inspiration on and call upon when I want to look towards brighter days and realizing the possibilities of the future. So if you do want to hear the song Double Rainbow, I put the link down, the YouTube link down in the show notes below in the description, so you can check it out there. Now, today we're going to be talking about Florida Governor DeSantis and the most recent attack that he's done on the LGBTQ plus community. We're going to talk about Pride Month and what it's really all about. And we're going to also talk about the intensity of how some people are so morally offended by rainbows and rainbow images, especially in flags and clothing, and we certainly saw that a lot last year. And now, apparently, bridges. Very offensive things, bridges. Now, of course, if you do like what you hear here, please subscribe, hit the like button for this. Check out my other videos for sure. Share it with other people. But I do put all the show on all different platforms, podcasts, etc. And of course, to our Patreon subscribers, we offer exclusive content, educational videos, etc. So if you want to support us and what we do on our education station, that's particularly for our members there, please do join us. Now, in terms of the current thing that I got a beef with here, okay? So every year around this time, many Florida cities will promote and show different displays of rainbow colors, often on bridges, and that's in support of Pride Month. Now, rainbow lights, rainbows as a whole, it celebrates diversity, it celebrates inclusion. All the colors of the rainbow, right? But not just that, but it offers people who in the LGBTQ plus community visibility. It gives them representation. It makes them not feel so alone, to see that there's communities that are supporting them, and also people that they can identify more with. We live in a world that's so often just driven by hate, and it's nice to have something that promotes happiness. It's just a beautiful thing. But it also shows the community that their states, either the state, not right now with this, but their city, that the people do support them, that they believe that they have a right to exist, have a right to be equal people within our communities, and to feel loved, to feel included, things that we all do want and we all do deserve. Now, of course, we do know, apparently, from with these actions, DeSantis doesn't really seem to care about that kind of stuff. The folks that are supporting these types of initiatives, well, I guess, don't care about those types of things. They're exclusionary. They are doing things that are trying to divide as opposed to unite us. And that's super unfortunate that these types of things happen, that people feel that this is what they need to do in order to get votes. Now, usually cities will adorn their bridges with lights and different lights during the course of the year. And it's not a big deal. Have you ever thought twice about it before now that he's making a big deal of this? But the thing is that even though the cities want to do what they want to do and always have been allowed to, the states do control roads, highways, and bridges. And that's why he's able to put his thumb on this right now. Now, so what he's saying is that, so that he specifically declared that the only lights that can be displayed on bridges from Memorial Day to Labor Day are red, white, and blue. Okay, and it's something that he has declared Freedom Summer. Okay, now since when did we have a Freedom Summer? Is this something that you grew up knowing about, a Freedom Summer, or was it around Fourth of July we would do all kinds of red, white, and bluey stuff, and that's great and wonderful. We're all Americans here, and we're all patriots, and we want to do that. But now all of a sudden there's this Freedom Summer that he's put together. But I actually looked this up, and you know what? There actually was a Freedom Summer once, and this was back in 1964. There was actually a Freedom Summer. It was a volunteer campaign in June of 1964 to attempt to register as many African American voters as possible in Mississippi after they were given rights to vote and all the things went forth to actually push to go forth. But I have a feeling that this is not what Governor DeSantis was inspired by. In fact, quite the opposite, considering some of the rules that he's made in terms of voting rights. But I guess this is not, Freedom Summer. I wonder if he would have called it something different if he actually spent the time to look it up. Okay, but as far as this, I also guess that by calling it Freedom Summer, but you know what? I'm guessing that people in the LGBTQ plus community, as well as allies, don't really look at this decision as freedom whatsoever. In fact, is it really allowing people in communities to be free if you're telling them how to dress their bridges? Right? Or dress their bodies, as we saw much last year. Now, the Florida Department of Transportation, his name is Secretary Perdue, Jared Perdue. He actually made this announcement relative to this. Thanks to the leadership of Governor Ron DeSantis, Florida continues to be the freest state in the nation. Now, how the hell is it freedom when communities are not allowed to do something that they otherwise would do and that's otherwise legal to support their citizenry? That is the freest state in America. You know what? We can talk about other things regarding teachers and schools and books and reproductive rights. To say that Florida is the freest state in the nation, that is a slap in the face of anybody who says that they want to be free. I'm sorry. Now, it's interesting because by not allowing the displays of these colors, it's actually going to be inhibiting some other things. For example, a lot of times that some people will display colors of orange lights, and that's actually in favor and support of National Gun Violence Awareness, which happens in June as well. Also, yellow, which happens in August 26th, is a Women's Equality Day. So they're just like on the Empire State Building. We see them light up different colors all the time to represent different things. I'm going to guess that National Gun Violence Awareness and Women's Equality Day is not on the top of the mind of DeSantis and his folks because they're kind of not really doing any kind of policies that would support these types of groups, measures, etc. So what is pride all about in the first place? Well, first of all, at Accord, it's about being proud, right? Gay pride, being proud of who you are, proud that you can stand up, proud to be the individual you are, proud to have people support you, proud to be around people who can be supportive together. And so not just pride of events will include parades and things like that. But it's in June. It's a global phenomenon. And it's dedicating basically to celebrate, to support, and also for commemoration, because the first Gay Pride Week, which happened in June of 1970, it was a public celebration that marked the first anniversary of the violent protest that happened in New York's Stonewall Inn, which was a gay bar when things really got out of control there with people trying to protest in order to gain rights for LGBTQ plus people. Now, some communities do celebrate Pride at other times of the year. Here in Tampa, we actually celebrated in March. That's when Tampa typically will do it. It was a parade. It's done in Ybor, a big parade done in Ybor City. I've attended it now twice, last year and this year. Had an absolute blast. There weren't things that of objectable nature on the floats, people going by. Went into a couple bars that I wouldn't have ordinarily gone into as a heterosexual man, and I'll tell you what, I had a lot of fun. People were so nice. Didn't feel threatened at all. Didn't see any big D energy around that place either. So it was really kind of nice to be in a place where I just felt comfortable and to be with my friends and to support my friends. I was there for them. I wanted to be there to let them know that even though I'm not a gay person, I completely support them. And to me, that was really, really important. And I know that it was really important to them too. So my friends who were with me that day, thank you for being there and for showing me the love. I do appreciate it. Now, why do I celebrate it? Well, as I said, I want to support my friends, but also more importantly, I believe in human rights for all. I believe in equality for all. And that's why I'm there to help support and appreciated group of people. Now, in our community, in our society, many organizations, sports teams, businesses, they'll have different events during Pride Month, etc. I know that the Rays, they just did a Pride Day. A lot of I know that a lot of cities around will do these types of things. But it just seems like some people are so turned off by the celebration of being proud. They protest. They'll boycott. They'll threaten establishments. If the thought of a baby onesie that has a rainbow on it is apparently so offensive to people, it's just too much, right? I mean, we saw people protesting. Remember last year? Remember Target? People were up in arms, ready to and protesting and boycotting because they put baby onesies with rainbows up on a front display. The staff, the people who worked there, were so scared that they were going to be assaulted that they had to move it from the front to the back corner, so that it wouldn't, because it was such a threatening thing to some people that they decided to threaten other people. Now, if you remember, Kid Rock, he decided to shoot up these very offensive Bud Light cans, protesting Bud Light because the company did a promotion with Dylan Mulvaney, who is a trans woman. Now, Anheuser-Busch experienced over $1 billion in loss and still hasn't recovered because of beer. Because God forbid somebody actually did a promotion with somebody in the LGBT community to support that, because somehow it was going to taint the beer, do something, what I don't even know. But this was so offensive last year that people were up in arms and literally taking arms about it. So this really just brings us back to the highly sensitive governor of our state here in Florida. And so my take, calling for this Freedom Summer, it denies members of our community who have for years celebrated Pride with such activities as lighting up bridges. I think it's a disrespectful, it's a mean-spirited move. Okay, they could have easily decided to make July Freedom July, and they could have from July 1st to July 30th make sure that everything's done in red, white, and blue. That would have been great. I would have supported it. I'm proud to be an American. I would have loved to see that. But no, that wasn't okay. This was a purposeful attack on the LGBTQ plus community in my opinion. By putting it at the exact same time when Gay Pride was happening, when it wasn't in July. They didn't have to start it in June, but he did. This was an executive order. He did this. Now, I would hope that people would want to live their life being kind and respectful to others. I know that I do that. I have a feeling that most of you do that too. It's too bad that Governor DeSantis and people who support such draconian measures don't live that way. Now, as I said in my song, if you want to check out the whole thing, as I said, but as far as a double rainbow, perhaps you can find strength in it, this awesome vision of light. Think about its beauty, and it can help your strife. You found my double rainbow. Happy Pride.